How you guys doing? Josh here with Ohio Fish Rescue. Today you guys get something very exciting. We have a bunch of fellow fish tubers in town, and you guys get one special video with all of them condensed into one spot under one roof for one weekend only. Let's see what we get into today. So first up on the chopping block, we got our man Evan, IFG, all the way from Texas.
What's up, people? Well, my first time at the rescue, believe it or not, guys, it is entirely different from what you see in the YouTube videos.
And why is that?
Dude, once you step foot into this place, everything is 10 times bigger than what you see it on camera. And just to be up front, close and personal with these huge monsters, it's a whole entirely different experience, dude. Almost like being in an indoor zoo or home aquarium, so to speak, like one of the huge, massive public aquariums. It's the kind of feel you get when you come here.
Awesome. So I know the viewers are probably dying to ask, your first time here, what is your favorite fish or your favorite tank?
I would say I like the platinum, the red tail. That would probably be runner-up. But to be honest with you, my favorite isn't that huge. It gets huge, but it isn't that huge. This pump over here, you can show you what I'm talking about. The Ferrari Catfish.
Oh,
right,
good choice. Favorite is the Parrooon. Now, this fish actually came from Matt's Monster Fish. This used to be his, and he traded it off to us some time ago. So we've been growing him out, and yes, he is a future monster.
Man, that's an awesome fish, and I'm really interested in knowing one of you guys. I see some of the females look like they have like the breeding that on them, so it looks like these guys are doing their thing. I'm really excited about this breeding project as well. These stingrays over here. So there's actually a few of these that are actually pregnant right now. We've got, that was my main girl that was pregnant, and then that girl all the way over there in the corner, she is actually pregnant right now, and I'm waiting for them to work on this girl right here. She can get pregnant, but this one right here is a Henley eye. I think she still has about a year or two before she is actually mature enough to breed, so I don't think she is able to breed right now, but up and coming, along with all of those pups over there. The larger ones are probably 12 to 14 inch, so maybe another year and a half on them, and we can add them all into this stingray pond, and then we can really get some nice pups out of these guys. So your hoodie says bottom feeder. What is that hoodie about? Well, bottom feeder is basically a pleco fish or any fish that eats from the bottom. A lot of people, when they see this hoodie, like people that aren't fish people, they're like, what the hell are you talking about? But it's basically just a bottom-dwelling fish. So I have a lot of custom hoodies that have different names of different fish on them. So that's what the bottom feeder, that's what that comes from.
Okay. Now, one last thing. I want you guys all, my buddy IFG over here, he flew in from Texas. We're trying to give you guys some awesome content. So I want you guys to go and check his channel out. He's got a bunch of sweet video from this weekend.
Pick me up, guys.
IFG on YouTube. And he's got some wonderful footage that I can't wait to be released, and I want to watch it myself. So go check it out, IFG on YouTube. I will put a link in the description for you. And now we move on to number 2. Alright, so you guys know we have more than just one person in town for this weekend. Now coming in at number 2, we have Mr. Michael Tyrell off the Deep End Aquatics. He came all the way from Massachusetts.
Quite the ride.
So yeah, what are you in town for, bud?
Well, I definitely wanted to make a visit to you guys. That was a huge thing.
Good first choice.
But also, a good friend of mine built me a stand for my 600 gallon that I've got at home. A nice welded stock stand that I'm really excited about. So killing two birds with one stone here in Ohio, and my first trip to Ohio, so got to see some scenery. Awesome.
So if you guys did not know, Mike has actually built a few tanks, kind of like this 3000 we built here, but his is a flat back hex, and it has multiple viewing windows in it. He actually did an exceptional job building it. He got some pointers from us. He actually used the same coating that we used on ours. And what would you actually think of that coating?
So it's kind of a long story, but my first tank I built was 1,100 gallons, and I wanted to get a hold of the Interseal 670HS to build it. And I couldn't get it back in Massachusetts at the time, or at least I didn't have the right contact.
Right.
But I dealt with Big Rich a lot for some pointers from you guys building the 3000 here on that build. So now a little over a year later, I decided to build another tank, bigger, a little bit better, a little bit nicer.
Awesome.
It's fresh in my mind, so I made quick work out of it. And thanks to you guys and asking around a little bit, I was able to get a hold of the Interseal 670HS. And so far, I had no problems with the tank. Did not leak. I love the finish. Very smooth finish in comparison to the epoxy that I used last year on the other tank. So it's going to clean really nice and easy, which is great. Any algae growth, I should be able to wipe right off. Love that. And so far, I've got nothing but good things to say about it. It was very easy to use, very easy to mix, and affordable. So if you're going to build a tank, very affordable. I spent over double a gallon on the epoxy that I used for my first tank, just to give you an idea. So that's the way to go if you can get a hold of it. And I've been, since, a lot of people have been getting in contact with me, asking where they can get it. Yep. So we're trying to refer people as much as we can to local representatives to try to get a hold of it.
See, what we try and preach here is, you know, if you have the knowledge, don't hide it, you know, share it with your local, your fish guys. I mean, this is a product that we found, you know, we had friends that told us about it, and we've tried it. It is tested, it's true, and it works great if you do it the right way. If you end up, you know, just trying to do it willy-nilly and you use the coating for not what it's meant for, then it's going to fail every time. But if you do it right, do it proper, and you will not have a problem. This is a 3,000 gallon, 16 by 6 by 44 inches tall. And this thing has been going for about 3 years now. And this was actually our first personal build. Are there things we would do better on our second build? Yes, of course. As with anybody who does this in their line of work, they learn from their mistakes and they make better on the next build.
This is the mistake. We built too small. 2 by 6 is bigger, better.
So my tank is 16 foot long, it's 5 foot wide and 4.5 foot tall. And I did it in 2 by 6s just because of the height, mostly because of the height. The 1100 I did in 2 by 4s, plenty built, and I've had no problems. I didn't get a creak out of it filling it up.
Right.
So you can get away with a lot with 2 by 4s. But again, you start going taller, you get a little shaky. So I went 2 by 6s, and you also get the peace of mind. You know, you overbuild something, you get some peace of mind.
So if you guys want to see another awesome tank build, go ahead and check out Off the Deep End Aquatics. I'll go ahead and link his channel in the description below. But while you're here, I got a few other questions for you. It's your first time at Ohio Fish Rescue. It's the first time seeing it in person. What are your thoughts on Ohio Fish Rescue? You've seen it for the first time. You've seen it online. You've seen the videos, but now you're here in person.
Cleaner and bigger than I thought it was going to be. And when I say cleaner, I mean you go to a lot of local fish stores, and it's easy to let that stuff get out of hand. Tanks get dirty, and we all understand that as fish keepers anyway. And a dirty tank doesn't mean that the water isn't clean. But regardless, to have this kind of facility, this many tanks, this many big fish, to handle the bioload, to keep the water looking this good, amazing. So above and beyond what I expected for cleanliness and even the size, it's a lot bigger in person, guys.
Well, thank you. Now, looking at the fish around the rescue, do you have...
Kneel next to
Yeah, let's go ahead and get a little size comparison of him next to the tank.
Doesn't mean much because I'm a tiny little guy.
Oh, you stop it. there's
Schwarzenegger.
Right behind, right
there we go.
That's my favorite fish, by the way.
I was just about to ask you, your favorite fish?
I'm an iridescent shark guy anyway. I've always loved iridescent sharks. I have a bunch of them. I have too many of them. But that is an amazing thing. And rare, too, because that's a gold, right? That's
yes. He's actually the only one I know of right now. It's the only one I've seen and the only one I know of in the U.S. right now. Not saying it's not possible,
right?
But I've personally not seen another xanthic. When I seen him in the pet store, he was actually in Youngstown, right. And I tried buying
3 years ago.
I tried buying this fish a long time ago, and the guy would never do it. And unfortunately, his fish store caught on fire, and he called me, said, "You have 2 hours to get here and get this shark, or he's gonna die." So we went over there and we rescued him, and he's been with us ever since.
So that was 23 years ago. How big was Schwarzenegger 23 years ago when you got him?
He was tiny.
Only about a foot? Maybe a little less?
Yeah. Yep. All right, so we are not done with this countdown. We have more Fishtubers coming in later today. Mr. Evan IFG over here. So you already got IFG and Off the Deep End Aquatics. We will see who comes in town next. So wait to see what we have in store for you.
I know. Can I tell you?
No. So I promised you all we were not done with the collabs. Well, look who decided to show up. We got Stephen Conroe from Sc Aquatics. You guys know him, you love him. He came up and donated his time building us some awesome stands for some awesome tanks. Still can't thank you enough for that. He also did the work on the Bellagio tank stands. That was a brutal 3 weeks there, man.
I think it was like 5 weeks. It was a while, but...
Yeah, it was. But he came up for the whole day. He came and hung out with Evan and Mike Tyrell. We were supposed to have Matt's Monster Fish come up, but I don't know. So I wanted to get Steven in this video. You guys already know him and love him, so I'm not going to hound him with the questions of, what's your favorite fish? You know what? What's your favorite fish at the Ohio Fish Rescue?
I'm pretty sure it's the guppies and Pittsburgh tank. I don't know. I really like the black bar cichlid that's in here.
Okay.
I don't know. Pittsburgh is just so lovable.
Pittsburgh is lovable.
It's hard to pick one, but.
So I just wanted to give another shout out to Sc Aquatics. I will put his channel link in the description. So go ahead and give him a follow. He's got some awesome content himself. So we were supposed to have Matt's Monster Fish come up today. I was going to get him in on this collab video too, but unfortunately I don't think Matt's going to be able to make it, so we're going to have to catch him on yet another day. I've got someone else on this collab for you. We've got Diesel Dog. Look at that cute little guy. He said, "What are you doing to me, Dad?" So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was awesome having all these Fishtubers up here. It's not every day you get to have your friends fly in, actually meet them for the first time, and you have personalities that just jive with each other and have a lot of fun. You already know when Steven comes up, we have a blast. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys want to see more crazy adventures with the Ohio Fish Rescue, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And as always, stay fishy, my friends.